I haven't had you on here in a while. I mean, I always call on you. So for anybody who, for whatever reason, would not know your story, can you give us a quick, brief background?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to thank you because you are amazing. Guys, she's putting herself out there for you. Like I would be like, sign me up, but she won't take me now. So you're ready to 20. So no. So if that's you right there and you're thinking about it, you're going to get uncomfortable. That's exactly what it takes to get to the next level. You have to get uncomfortable. So go ahead and sign up now. Put one if that's you. I want to see it. Anyway, my story. So guys, I mean, I started in insurance in 2017 because my family needed protection. My husband and I had big businesses. We were in network marketing and we did really well. We know how to build teams. But, I got to that point where we were struggling. We lost everything and we had to start from zero after earning 7 figures in network marketing. I'm a mom of 4. I used to work for corporate America. I never had time for my kids. I was always out and about working for somebody else. And I just got sick and tired of that. And I wanted my freedom. I wanted to build, a business where, I know I could have it today and I could have it 20 years from today with the same company, but build my own thing. And with network marketing, that's pretty challenging to do. So we got into insurance. Like my husband was driving me crazy for me to get licensed, and I didn't want to do it, and I did it. And for 4 years, I was working on trying to get my own agency going. And I went to the top mutual company and the whole, they sell you this big dream. Yeah, I was making 40%. And I couldn't get an agency because they'll make it more difficult every single time. And I was just so tired of the industry. And when Maria, my good friend, one of the managers in our agency, she started sending me these videos, and I'm like, that cannot be possible. How could these people make all this money? I thought it was, it was a lie. It wasn't true. That was like, there's no way. I gotta wait. I get paid every 2 weeks, right? At that time, I was getting paid every 2 weeks. My clients were getting, medicals, and it was like 2-month process to get a client either declined or approved. So I don't even know if I'm gonna get paid. So it was really difficult. I was working from home. I was doing Zoom. I was working with friends and family. I never in my life call a lead. I didn't know what that was. I didn't know about simplified issue business and you get paid in 48 hours. All of that was new to me. So we went to an event for the industry with Cody Askins. And that's when we heard all these people talking about all this big money. And we're like, wait a minute, what are they doing? We're doing something wrong here. And that's how we found FFL. So we found FFL, we recruited ourselves into FFL. And then I met this young lady at convention and I'm like, oh my God, my husband loves you. And here we are today. So here's the thing, there's nothing like FFL. Like right now, and I told Marissa and I told Sean, I feel like a loser. I feel like I haven't done what I'm supposed to do in this company because they put everything for us. Like there's absolutely nothing that we don't have available right now with this company to go and build a massive business. And I'm like, it's taking me too long because I was questioning everything at the beginning. It was brand new to me. I'm like, I gotta unlearn all the other stuff that I knew from before and relearn that this is simple. I don't need to know all of this stuff. It was so simple for me that I was like, it could not be that simple. Then I needed to complicate things, right? That's what I did at the beginning. And then I said, okay, it's not that difficult, Digna. You could do this, and I went in home. I had to get uncomfortable. I had to call people that I didn't know. I didn't know how to make the calls and why you got to call 3 times. I couldn't understand that. And I'm really bad at following scripts. I'm like, oh my God, I can do this. And then I just say, you know what? Be quiet, be humble, read the script, book the appointments, and go to the homes. My first time that I booked appointment, I think I had 6 appointments, and I actually protected 5 families because I didn't make it to my last appointment because I was late. Like people were waiting for me, and I was like, I didn't even know what I was doing. Guys, I put someone on a CBO 100 that wanted final expense. Okay, I was just like figuring things out, right? I did so many crazy things because I didn't know, but I was so hungry for this. I said, I'm going to figure this thing out. And I'm glad that I'm still learning, because then I wanted telesales. I never did the in-home thing. So I said, I'm going to do it because I know I have to do it. And I encourage every new agent to go out in the field and see what it's like when you meet someone face to face and you're able to protect this family. I mean, I was walking out of homes with pasteles, with food, with this. I'm like, holy cow, this is awesome. They're giving you food, they loving on you. I mean, it's awesome. But then I knew that I wanted to work from home, because that was my thing. I worked corporate 22 years. I was tired of not being home for my family. And I love cooking dinner and doing dishes and laundry and protecting 10 families in a day. That's what I like to do right here from this office. So I said, I got to figure this thing out. So when I went telesales, I was a mess. Okay. I wasn't ready. And I was like $1,000 later, I'm like, okay, I got to go back in the homes. So I was doing hybrids. I was doing both things. And then I just kept going telesales. And today that's what I do. I do telesales. If I had to go and do an in-home because someone wants an in-home, I'll find somebody in the area. And if I had to go, I'll go. But I've done both. So that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, Marissa.
I love it. Well, Diggs, real quick because I want to hit on that real quick. You went in the home, you crushed it. You came out on telesales, you didn't crush it at first, so you went back in the home.
I did.
And you were able to have, kind of the finances that you had more time to actually really sit and learn and put into the telesales. So, for somebody who is coming in and they've gone straight to telesales, or they're killing it in the home and they want to go to telesales, at what point would you tell them, like, just stay in the home, like just stay in the home? What is that factor for you that would say, hey, yeah, let's make the switch?
Yeah, well, if you're not making any sales on telesales and you're buying leads and you put in the work, I mean, you have to go back in home. That's what I did. I was like, just go back in home. And then when you have enough money in the bank that you could transition and do both, that's what I did. Then I said, okay, I'm going to be in the field 3 days. I'm going to do 2 days telesales. And then I kept getting better and better. And then I would do 1 day and 4 days until I was able to transition, because now I was closing sales. And I'm like, okay, I could do the same thing I was doing, in the homes from my house. And that's what I wanted to do. So you got to stay in the field. There's nothing better than that.
I like that though, guys. You hear that? She transitioned slowly. She didn't like, hey, boom, I'm telesales right now. She was like, if I stay in the field, I'm in the field 4 days naturally, 4 or 5 days naturally. Now, if I come and I'm in, I do telesales 2 days and I'm in the field 3 days, and then slowly work it to where she could replace her in-home income to be able to do that on the phone. So I think that's huge, guys. And I think that's a note that all of us should probably, should take. And I mean, Diggs, I was dialing this weekend and I got one, but even then, we all get screamed at, right? And then I'm like, dang, if I was in person, there's a lot of people that you talk to that you're like, if I was in person, I would have got them. Like they wouldn't have, they would have trusted me more. So, okay. So real quick, before we get into the lock-in stuff, Digna, something that, which obviously we're not gonna tell your whole story, but guys, and Digna's so humble when she talks about, where her family's been and the things that she's gone through. And if you guys thought, and Diggs, I'm going to say this in the nicest way possible, and I love you, you guys are not in a bad financial situation. Okay. When I say Digna's really humble about what she's been able to do for her family and the holes that she's been able to pull them out of, and really what this means to her, and sometimes when life is kicking you when you're down and not giving up, that's who Digna is. So a lot of times, guys, we have things going on in our life and it's like someone always has it worse. And I'm not trying to be like, this person to say that what you have going on isn't bad. Obviously, I don't know every single one of your stories, but when Digna talks about that stuff, I don't want you guys to take it lightly, because me knowing some, maybe not even all of her story, she's had it worse. Okay. She's had it worse, specifically financially, but personally as well. So Digna, I want you to talk about, obviously it would be really easy to quit a lot of those things. And you've had a lot of businesses that you're like, this just wasn't the one. Why didn't you quit? Where does that perseverance come from, Digna? And then also, what are some things, because you showed me a lot this weekend of the lock-in, what are some things that you do on a daily that don't necessarily have to do with the business, but they really impact who you are as a businesswoman?
Thank you. Absolutely. So, that's one thing about me. I don't quit. I came from the Dominican Republic to the US, and the level of hungry in my country is so much different than the US. Okay. So that alone I have to my advantage, right? But one thing is that I don't give up, guys. I know I work for corporate America, and I used to make 6-figure, but I have no life. I didn't see my kids. I have 4 kids, and my 3 youngest kids did not see me when they were little, because I will have a baby and be out back to work 6-8 weeks later, guys. And that, I don't know where the mothers type 1 in the chat. That's the hardest thing to do, guys, to leave your baby behind and go to work. And I suffer. I was so stressed out. I was making good money, but I was miserable. And I was like, I got to make this work. So when I found an opportunity that has no limit in my income, because no matter how good I was, and I was pretty good at what I did, and I knew my job really well, but I had all these other people getting promoted and, going to the next level. And then at one point I would sit down with, to do a review for the year, and they would say, well, yeah, Digna, you did an amazing job, blah, 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 blah. But you know what? You're making the most for your position. So you're not going to get an increase this year. So when you have a cap in your income, it's like, hello, why would I work so hard? Why would I, you know what I mean? And you just building somebody else's dream. So when I learned about network marketing, and I learned about businesses, and I learned about this industry, I was like, okay, there is absolutely no way that I would not make this work. I don't care. I mean, you could give me the worst case scenario and I won't quit. I don't care what that is. I would not go work a job. I figured this thing out. I will sell ice cream in front of my house. I do not care, because I understand what it's like to own my time, to have no limit in my income, and to be able to build whatever size business I want to build. Like I could recruit anyone that I want. Why would I not do that? It doesn't make sense to me, Marissa. And I know there was a second part of, my daily routine. So I'm really big on routines, guys. Like, I've learned that many years ago, and it changed my life. It totally did. 2013, my husband was handed a book called The Miracle Morning by Hal Elrod. I actually met him. I did coaching with him with his seminar. And it literally changed my life, because what he did, he researched all of the top people in the world, all of the successful people, and they all had something in common. They own their mornings. They'll wake up early, they'll work on their mindset, they'll do some physical exercise, and they'll just write down some goals, and they will go to work all day, every day, with intention. You got to be intentional with your goals and dreams, with your day, because I see a lot of people. They wake up and they don't know what's coming. They just like dragging, and just like the energy is so low. I wake up early and I'm praying, I'm meditating, I'm exercising, I'm doing all before most people get up. I mean, I have a list of stuff like this that I've already accomplished for the day. So I don't care how bad the day is going to get, I'm already winning, and people are not even up. So I encourage everyone here, if you don't have a morning routine, I think you should start there. I think that's number 1 for me.
Yeah. And I think that is, and Digna shared some of that with us at the lock-in, guys. She was like, I'm putting the meditation on my iPad. You guys all have to listen. So she's like, everybody sit down and shut up, because everyone's doing it with me. But no, what's crazy, Digna, is I used to think, before I got into this business, I used to think like, oh, all those, and guys, we all have mentors and people, and you can say like, oh, whatever, if it's on Instagram or Facebook or the people that you watch. I used to be like, dude, it's all like a crock of BS, right? And that's what a lot of people say. And then you realize, like, all the people that have money are saying the same thing. And I hate to boil that down, but all the people that you look up to, that you're like, that person is rich, and that person has financial freedom, and that person owns their own business, and that person has money and financial freedom like we all want, they all say that stuff. And all the people that say, okay, Digna, the fact that you get up in the morning and you meditate is dumb, and that's just a crock of BS, and that's not really how you got your success in life. Like the broke people say that. People that are broke say that. And people that are rich are like, yeah, I get up in the morning and meditate. So it doesn't have to be that, but I do think that Digna does a lot of things, guys. And I think those things can bleed over into the business. She does a lot of things outside of business that set her up for success. Whether that's a morning routine, she puts really healthy stuff in her body, right? She told me, like, I got sugar-free Red Bulls for the squad, and she's like, basically threw them all away and was like, nobody's allowed to drink sugar-free Red Bulls because those will kill you. And I'm like, well, I don't think they will. But anyway, guys, she puts a lot of healthy stuff in her body, in her mind. If somebody around her is complaining, Like if you say one negative thing, she basically tells you to like go to the other room or just shut up, because she'll be like, I can't, like, I don't have time for that energy. If you say the leads are bad, Digna will be like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you're bad. Like, she's like, don't even say that around me. So I think blocking out that negativity and that helps her. Right now, she's at 2 days, she's at 10 grand submitted because she has that energy and that, you know, that love for her body and her mental health and everything. So Diggs, I just want to bring that up because I think regardless of whatever you take of this call, and again, like so many people hear that and they hear everyone saying it and they're like, oh, it's BS though, it's BS. It's like, okay, look in your bank account. And if you're saying it's BS, you're probably broke, right? Show me a rich person that says that stuff is BS. There's not one. They all say like, these are the things I do. So it's not, you know, it's not a secret at this point. Okay, Diggs, I want to talk about the lock-in, what you think the biggest impact was, why you think they're important, and just kind of what you got out of the experience and what your new agents got out of it.
I tell you, there's absolutely nothing better, guys. Like the next one, I don't care how far you got to travel. If we are actually going to do once a month in Florida, so you guys all know, once a month is a must for me, because you know this is an environment. Here's the thing, I do really well because I'm very disciplined. I could say that about myself. It took me a lot of years, but I'm very disciplined and I work really hard. But guess what I do? I hear the kids and I go out. I say, oh my God, I got laundry in the, okay. Yeah, somebody, you know, did something here and I'm like, okay, let me take a 5-minute break because I'm home. Over there, I'm like, no, I got all these agents here. We're all working. There's absolutely no way. Let's go. Let's grind. Everybody, I'm you know, everybody's business and taking care of my own business at the same time. So when you get in an environment where everybody's working and you're not, you are absolutely weird and you're going to feel so uncomfortable by yourself that we're going to I want to make sure that you feel very uncomfortable, because I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, we are all grinding here. Why are you talking to somebody? No, that person is working. You go outside and do something else, because think about it. If you don't do it in that environment, where are you going to do? Are you going to do it at home by yourself? I doubt it, right? And this is probably the reason why a lot of people are not doing 20K a month, because they don't have the discipline to sit down and get the work done. Let me tell you guys, it's not pretty. It gets very uncomfortable. It's like, I read a book a while back by Brian Tracy, Eat That Frog. I eat my ugliest, nastiest frog early in the morning. And it's waking up at 5 a.m. because most people don't want to do that. So you got to do the uncomfortable first so you can have the lifestyle later. And if this is a new industry for a lot of you guys, because it is for me, my industry that I lasted 20 years, this is not what that is. This is still new to me. So I have to get uncomfortable so I could get really good, because I want to be up there. I'm not staying where I am right now. I'm not where I want to be. So getting into those lock-in with people that really care about you. I have not seen someone that care more, like Marissa and Sean and all the people that were there. Alicia, I mean, we are pouring into people because we know what it did for us. So you get into that environment, and I'm going to tell you, I have one of the agents, I don't know if she's here, but if she's here, she has to say something. Melody literally got contracted while we were there. Like, she got a miracle and she didn't even know how to log in a miracle. Okay, she didn't know how to go to a miracle. My assistant showed her how to do everything. Okay, and she gets in there because she worked all week. She could only come. She came on Thursday and she said, okay, I'm in. I said, okay, sit down here, open your computer. How do you get? I said, I don't know. I don't know my carrier. I don't know my numbers. I have one carrier. I said, that's all you need. Here's the leads. This is what you're going to say. I gave her a script. She started calling. Call number 5. She's doing an application.
Digna, where were the leads from?
Okay, so the squeezed leads that Marissa gave me that I didn't know. I thought it was like, okay, she got some good leads, that CRM. Okay, they're gonna answer. They're good leads, so I'm pumping her up. And then when she made it self, Marissa's like, yeah, like 6 other agents dialed those, and they're like 6 months old. I'm like, what? Anyway, a lead is a lead, guys. It's people that never got contacted by the previous agent, that gave up on call number 2 and never called again. And maybe somebody hung up and it was a bad day and you didn't call back on a better day. You have to see, guys, I wish we recorded more, because this is what was happening. I want you guys to picture this, okay? She doesn't know how to log in a miracle. And she has somebody that wants to do an application. And she's so cool. She's reading the script, I mean, word by words. And she's like, okay, Mr. whatever the name was. Yes, I'm going to put you on a brief hold. Just let me check in my system to see. And then she's like, hold. And she's like, Digna, what do I do next? And I'm like, just go here, go there. Okay, go back on the phone. So yeah, I'm going to need this. And she's just getting all the information. And she did what, 4 policies like that? Are you kidding me? She didn't even know what she was doing. So that teaches you and teaches me that it's just, it doesn't matter who you are. You have a script, you have people, families that want to be protected, and you have carriers that are willing to take those people regardless of the medical conditions or whatever they got going on. You just got to put them in the system. I mean, literally, I saw that this weekend and I was blown away. I'm like, she got another one? I mean, we were like,
I know. And Digna, what's crazy is that also speaks to like your mindset around things when you do it. So Digna's like, hey, do you have any extra leads? Like I have this new girl coming, Melody, and she doesn't have any leads. I'm like, yeah, I got some leads. So I send her these leads on the Google sheet and they're dialing. She makes like 3 sales. And then Digna's like, oh, those leads are awesome. I'm like, here's the thing, Digna, those leads are 6 months old and I've given them probably to 5 other agents to dial. And she's like, no way. But guys, here's the thing. Melody didn't know that. No. She sat down and she's like, it's my first day. I'm going to get excited. I'm going to protect these families. And when we say like, I don't know if this was like an act of God or what, these families, guys, were giving her bank account information before she even told them what the heck she was doing. So she was like hanging up the phone and she's like, I got all their information. I'm like, you have their social security number and their bank information? She's like, yeah, I got it all right here. They told me to call back when I know what I'm going to do. I'm like, what the heck? But guys, here's the thing. She just went for it. And she trusted that I was going to be there. Digna was going to be there to help her. And 4 Americos approved on the spot. But Digna, that leads me to my next thing, because this can be a huge deal in our business, but specifically it has to go away at the lock-ins because we're like forcing it down your throat. What about the paralysis by analysis?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, think about this. Some people get to this place. We are all grinding and you're going to come in and you're going to question everything that we're doing. And you're going to want to set up phone burner and set up this and set up that. And what about this lead? Can I get a different lead type? Let me order more. Oh, actually, I need a license in another state because, oh my God, just stop. Get on the phone and start calling. I saw people that don't speak Spanish doing Spanish leads. Like they were literally trying to speak Spanish to a lead on the phone. Okay. So, I mean, just get them comfortable enough. I mean, sometimes guys, I think people are not, I don't know, they don't have the desire or they don't really want to win. They just want to stay, you know, with the story that you're telling yourself about not being, you know, this is not working. It's never going to work. I tell you, you get on the phone. Once I learned that, because I had a hard time. Don't think I was like, oh, it was so great for me. No. When I used to get on the phone and I was like, this is 100 leads and there's 30 and they didn't answer yet. Like I would get so mad. And then I remember one Saturday, I'm going through I said, you know what? I'm just going to die because somebody's going to pick up. And I did 2 sales and I was doing exactly the same. I didn't change anything. I just needed to get to call number 84. And then I got to a call, I think it was 138, and I got sales. I was like, it's a numbers game, guys. I just needed to keep dialing. And some of you guys are stopping too soon. That's the problem. You got to keep dialing until you win. It's not over until I win. That's what I tell myself every day. It's not over until I win. And that win doesn't have to be a sale every day, but it's me, you know, knowing when I go to bed, that I'm so tired because I put it all on the table. Like I gave it all. Like I didn't go and did halfway. And when I do halfway, because it happens to all of us, I'm like, tomorrow, I don't care. I'm going to give 100%. And that's all that matters. Stop questioning and asking. Guys, when I saw people that never call anyone, that doesn't know about our industry, they don't know they just got licensed, they just got leads and they got a phone and they call people and they got all the information that they even give price to the client and they're ready to write a policy. When you see something like that, that only means that anyone literally could do this, but you got to want to do this, guys. It's no brainer. It really is.
Yeah. And so I think Diggs, that's perfect. And the lock-ins have that idea, but the reality is, guys, you can do that at home. right? The biggest setback that we have is in here, right? People are like, Marissa, what do I do if it's a Tuesday and it's 7 p.m. and it's raining and they have a pet dragon and the dragon is laying eggs in the backyard while I'm on the phone with them? What am I going to say? And it's like, dude, that hasn't happened. It's probably not going to happen, but like, just call them. Like, you never know. You're never going to know what to do in every single situation. Like, I don't even know. My one call closed, couldn't get him approved America, couldn't get her approved Mutual, couldn't get her approved Aetna. Finally, I'm like, Diggs, what do I do? Diggs like, you got to go Great Western. I'm like, I've been here 2.5 years. Digna hasn't been here that long. I'm like, I don't know how to write Great Western. She's like, here, do this. Digna's coming, like helping me, guys. Right. But I'm not letting that get in the way. Digna's not letting that go away. Digna's like, I don't know what the heck to do. Right. So it's like, stop asking questions and just pick up the phone, because what happens is you can be the most educated person. It's like the people that it's like, congratulations, you know all the products in and out. You can tell me what every single product is since the day it was born as a product, and every single rider that's attached and everything that goes with the product. And it's like, but guess what? You haven't made any sales. So stop studying, guys. Stop asking questions that haven't happened. What do I say if they say they're not interested? I don't know. Call and see what happens when they say that, and just talk to them. So, Diggs, what about, how are the lock-in structured? You made a good point. You said if they're not going to do it here, they're probably not going to do it. So why do you think the lock-ins and getting in person with your team has that big of an impact? And do you believe that if you're not going to do it in person with the pressure, that you might just not do it ever?
Yeah, because it's a winning environment, guys. Everybody's doing the same thing. We're all trying to, help these people. Really, if you go with that mentality, I'm trying to protect families. And if you show up to a place like that, where everybody wants you to win, think about it. Maybe at your house, there are some people that might not be so happy when you're winning, or they might not give you the environment, or they might not be happy that you're doing this thing. And you're still trying to go, you know what I mean? It might be a little harder for you, but if you show up to a locking, we are all like, we want you to win. We're going to support you. I was like, okay, what do you need? You need a script? Okay, try this one. I'm listening. I'm doing my dials and I'm listening to this, my friends over here. And I'm like, okay, they made that many calls that I didn't see them get anybody on the phone. Then I went over there and sat with them. I said, okay, what are you calling? What are you doing? Change it. Just do this script. Just try to change it. Let you come out. And the next thing I know, they're trying to do an application for somebody. I'm like, sometimes it's just a little tweak, guys. And then if you're there with somebody that's already doing that and they could hear you and they could help you, guys, when you come back, and Marissa, I do want to ask Jose, because he's here. He said it to me this morning on Zoom. He said, that is all I needed to go to that place with us, because, he saw the importance to be around other people and hearing everybody and what everybody's doing. And then he's like, oh my God, I just need to pick up the phone and dial and get people on the other side. And you're going to have business every single time. You just got to stay to the plan. Guys, that environment is key to win, because you're going to understand that when you get back home, if you don't do it there, going home is going to be much easier for you, right? But when you do it in there with us, with everybody, with the noise, I had a very hard time at the beginning, because I'm like, oh my God, everybody's so loud. My first one, I was like so dramatic. And I was like, no, this is like a call center. What's going on? Let's go. Everybody's like, yeah, this guy next to me is so loud, and I'm trying to hear the person talking to me. They don't care. Because they're not thinking about you and what's going on around you. They're thinking about themselves and their families. Like, you're going to help me protect my family? Let's go. I'm ready to do this. So again, that environment is to win, is to really understand, that it's not just you. I was laughing because somebody next to me is doing a sale that's brand new, and here I am, somebody's hanging up on me like 5 times. And I'm like, damn, they keep hanging up on me. I got to change my script. What am I saying wrong here? It happens to all of us. It's nothing special, guys. And that's what some people think. They sitting down and thinking, well, Digna has some specialties, or she got a new script, or she got this, well, she speaks Spanish. It's none of that. Absolutely none of that, guys. It's just the determination and the winning. I got people that's like, well, I need that carrier because I don't have FNG. I don't have FNG. I don't even know how to write FNG. Who cares? You have America. Melody had America. She made $4,000. Hello. Like, that's it. Like, I couldn't say anymore than like that's it.
Yeah, that is true, guys. And don't worry about your carriers. People are like, well, what about that one carrier that I don't have? It's like, yeah, you have 25 others, guys. Like you really only need 4. You need Americo, and I can't think of any others. So you should be good with just that one. All right. So guys, the point of that is just, especially if you're new, but even if you're not new, guys, and you're having trouble holding yourself accountable, get in person with your team. And if we have a lock-in, you should go to it. It is worth it. But if it's not a lock-in, if you know there's people local in your town and you want to go to an FFL office, or you want to meet them at Starbucks, or you want to, do something on your own, or you want to reach out to your manager and say, hey, can we do one of these? Or, hey, can you come out? I mean, I've flown out for, as few as 3 agents, right? So if there's a way to get in person with your people, guys, I do think it makes a huge impact. And also, guys, it weeds people out. The reality is the people that are not working, they're not working. So it's like, and we know, we're like, you haven't picked up the phone one time. We've been here 3 days and you haven't picked up the phone one time. Like, you're probably not going to do it at home, right? Like you feel weird for not working. So it's a really positive environment, guys. And we just talk about that because if you're at home, and especially if you live somewhere remote and you're doing things on your own and you have an opportunity to get in person with your team, guys, 1, just make it happen, or 2, reach out to us. Hey, I'm in this area. What can we do? Can I travel here? How do we figure it out? And we're not opposed to, generally we cover the cost of the staying. So you just have to get yourself there and get your leads, and like, we figure it out. So I mean, I think that's been huge. Gerald's on the call. Gerald came. I had never met Gerald in person. I was like, Gerald, come to the lock-in. He was like, okay. He gets his client on the phone after a couple of dials. He's like, what do I do? I'm like, log into Prosperity. He's like, I don't know how to log into Prosperity. Wait, Gerald, can you hear me? Hold on, I'm asking him to unmute.
I can hear you.
Gerald, what did you think about the environment? Did you think it was helpful?
Oh, absolutely. Hands down.
Yeah. Have you done something like that before in your previous businesses?
No, nothing like that. The energy was just amazing. And I just felt like I've known you forever. All of you. Digna, Lee, Sai, was there, everyone. It was good. It was a really good feel.
Good. Well, I'm proud of you. You almost had that one. You're going to get him. Yeah. So guys, Gerald got to go through an entire presentation. He's like, what do I do? I'm like, change your Prosperity password. He's like, I don't know my Prosperity password. So like, that's what's fun. Like, that's how we make it. So, Diggs, anything final that you wanted to touch on tonight? I mean, you've been amazing.
Yeah, well, thank you so much. I did want to ask Jose if he could unmute just quickly. 1 minute, Jose. Well, maybe 30 seconds. Where are you? I think he can unmute himself.
I just saw him a second ago.
Jose, you there? If it's not.
Hey guys, what's going on?
So what was your experience over there this weekend?
My experience was exactly spot on to what you guys were saying. I'm very raw when it comes to, I think, everything I do. I think I'm more along the lines of, I guess, both of you guys, but also what Marissa said. A lot of people are not going to be made for this. I think what it really takes for me, I guess I'll do a quick thing on my background. So for me, I have other businesses. It distracted me in the beginning. I did very, very well, like the first week and a half, 2 weeks. And then I got distracted as far as structure, not my focus, but the structure of like what to dedicate time wise to what I have going on. So after I go ahead and set things up, I went ahead and I said, you know what, I'm going to take advantage of this opportunity because I know Digna produces a lot. I'm on Digna's team, and have a chance to meet this Maritza girl. This Maritza girl is supposedly doing big things. I want to know more about it. If anybody's on my team or the team I'm on, everybody knows I'm the most annoying person in the world. The reason being is because every time I see somebody do good, I literally pick up the phone, ask them what the hell they're doing. But I don't waste anyone's time. So going alongside Marissa's mindset is very much so just like that. So like, I don't waste anyone's time, including mine, because it's very valuable. We could make a lot of money. We could lose it. Along the lines of Digna, she had those financial hardships. I recently have just been through stuff like that. I had a business in New York, very successful, and lost everything in the pandemic and had to rebuild now here in Florida. But the one thing I would never do is quit. And so if you, we were in lockdown, I did not make a damn sale the whole time until the last day. And what was eating at me was everybody was doing good. Not everybody, but people were making sales, period, right? And so I know that I could do more than Digna, and I say that respectfully because I know Digna's doing great and she knows her stuff and she has the experience over me. But the one thing that I am sure of is that no one will outwork me. So the minute Digna was slacking or she was helping out somebody, I was on the phone. I was on the phone, and I had that mindset with everything I do. And so I don't waste time. There was literally people talking to me with all due respect. A lot of times I didn't hear what the hell they were saying because I was so locked in. I was so locked in, and I think it's great. And I appreciate Maritza, Digna, Sai, who was next to me, if you're on the call, because it was very, I saw him dialing and I was having a conversation or something, even about one of my clients, and I dialed while I was having a conversation because like I didn't feel like I wanted him to win. I wanted to win. And you have to be realistic, I think, when it comes to things like this. Like, just gotta win and do it and stop second guessing it. Just do it. But yeah, it was amazing. Everyone, go to Orlando.
I love it. I love it. I cannot wait for you to pass me. Good luck with that.
I am.
Yeah, and guys, let me tell you something. A win is a win, and Jose made more dials than anybody at that lock-in. So sales are a win, dials are a win. Anything that's activity that makes you better is a win. And he was like, I was like, how many dials? He's like, I'm at like 1,000 dials. Like no one can touch me on dials. So, naturally when you're doing stuff like that, guys, you're putting the activity, you're forced to get better. So, Jose, I'm excited for you. You're going to crush it.
But I got sales out of that. I'm just saying.
No, he did on the very last day, but on days 1 and 2, he still kicked our butt on the dialing side.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, but I was really upset. But whatever, Digna, you guys won that time.
Well,
I appreciate you guys a lot.
Thank you so much. We have a date for Orlando. We want to kick off April like crazy. So the last weekend of March, we're trying to put it together, Marissa and I. That will be March 30th, 31st, and April 1st. Right before Easter, guys, because everybody's going to disappear on Easter. So let's lock in that first week of the month. And the location will be Orlando. Everybody can get there. It's not Disney. We ain't going to Disney, guys. There's no time to go out of Disney. We're going to see Mickey Mouse another time, okay? So we're going to go to work. All I have to say, I really thank you, Maritza, because you're amazing. She doesn't have to do what she does for us. She doesn't, but she does it anyway. And I mean, the level of commitment and what she put in, I'm like, who does this, guys? Who the heck does that? Nobody in corporate, nobody in network marketing, nobody in this industry, period, end of story. They don't do that. And I'm like, and we're not taking advantage. So like, let's have some respect for ourselves, literally. And like, I'm like, you gave us everything to win. The only thing that we need to do is just show up. And I know we need this, guys. We all need this. And why not? If you're here, it's because there's a reason why you're here. You're not here because you're so rich, right? And you got all this money sitting in the bank and you just want to spend some time with us because you love us so much. No, we're here with a purpose. We have a goal with these things that I have to accomplish a whole lot of things. I'm not 20 anymore, so I'm not 27 like Marissa. So I got 4 kids. I got a husband. I got a lot of responsibilities, right? And it's time to like really take ourselves to that next level. And if we don't do it here in Family First Life, guys, I got news for you. I have been an entrepreneur for 18 years and I've done a lot of businesses and I've done really well and really bad, all of the above. There is not another opportunity like this one. And I'm going to leave you with this because if you're already here, you have a license and you have carriers and you have leads, I don't care how old they are, dial them. You could literally change your life because all you need is a couple of sales to go buy more leads and double that and continue to do that. Stop buying stuff that you don't need and take care of yourself. Guys, my body is my temple. No crap is going into this body. I'm not saying that I don't eat a pizza and I don't do all that. I do. I just like everybody else, but I also take care of my body. So there's no Red Bulls in our lock-in, okay? So then banned out of the run. But the truth of the matter is that take care of your body, take care of your mindset, because that is what's going to take care of everything else. And then love on people, guys. It doesn't matter what team people are. It's one big team in Family First Life. I don't care what team you're in. I don't care who hired you. I do not care. I'm going to help you. I don't care if the person's, they speak French, I can't help it. If it's Spanish, English, I don't care. If it's telesales in home, I will help you. I do not care. So, and when we all do that as a team, can you imagine the power of this domination team by itself? If everybody that's here today, make a decision to come to the next lock-in and bring one person to train with them, the explosion we're gonna have in April. Who's in? Say me on the show. I want to see you committing right now. Say me. Who's coming? Who's coming to Orlando? Let's see who's coming to Orlando with us, because we're excited.
I'm in.
You're in. Put it down.
He is
Absolutely.
in.
Who's in? I want to know who's in. Let's go. That's all it takes, guys. It really takes a commitment. I'm really proud to be part of Family First Life Domination Team. You know, I have my own agency and I'm growing a team and I'm helping agents all day, every day. So I tell my team, Marisa, you want my attention? You know my Zoom link. That's where you find me. Don't call my phone. My phone is for dialing. I'm sorry, I don't have time for that. Join me here and hear me dialing. I might be doing a sale when you come in, so you're gonna have to wait. And if I have another appointment, you're gonna wait a little more. That's reality for me, guys. This is my bread and butter. This is what supports my family. So I am not about to play with this. Not for a bit. And that's my story.
We are not playing. Well, we love you, Diggs. Thanks so much. All right, guys, we do still have time, especially if you're on the West Coast. We got to get back on the phones. Let's get 100 people on dials every day, guys, because there's too many people getting on the team calls and not actually dialing the phone, which is where the money is made. So let's get back on the phones. Digna, thank you so much. And I'm proud of everybody on the team. Let's crush it.